Ahorita vi a DJ M5, dijo que te encontró bebiendo. Y mientras yo allí como un perro trabajando, llega haciendo y deshaciendo.
Lobster for dinner.
Mami, ya tú no me gusta. Te puedes ir por tu lado, que ya yo estoy por mi lado.
Welcome to this episode of Sailing Nikau. We had an amazing time on Union Island, which is part of St Vincent. Today we are heading around the corner to the famous Tabago Cays. And we almost got some kite surfers stuck in our rigging there, avoided them narrowly, but we're looking forward to seeing the famous Tabago Cays and swimming with some turtles. Hopefully we might spot an iguana or two.
A veces pienso que de mí te estás burlando y que mi guarda otro tigre le está dando y yo como un perro trabajando. Pero te hace mucho que yo te estaba acechando. Te caché, nunca me montaste lo que es. Te caché, y yo como el ciego que no ve. Te caché, si yo verás a eso mucho antes no te compro los trates que te compré y que lo que. Te caché, nunca me montaste lo que es. Te caché, y yo como el ciego que no ve. Te caché, si yo verás a eso mucho antes no te compro los trates que te compré y que lo que. No me gusta. Te puedes ir por tu lado, que ya yo estoy por mi lado. Mami, ya tú no me gusta. Es que tú tienes un tigueraje demasiado pesado. Mami, ya tú no me gusta. Te puedes ir por tu lado, que ya yo estoy por mi lado. Mami, ya tú no me gusta. Es que tú tienes un tigueraje demasiado pesado. Si al tiempo ves que te sientes sola, es porque sola te quedaste si piensas que.
Welcome to this episode of Sailing Nikau. We are sailing a huge distance, 25 nautical miles. Don't you love these Caribbean islands? So close together to the island of Bequia. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Bequia. And there, I don't know what we're going to do. Probably find a beach, a coconut tree, and some coral. But it's going to be real fun, and we'll definitely show you around Bequia.
A little more likely today. The forecast spells grey. Jim Mountain and shadows and cul-de-sac way. The lake covered dark. Just one lonely lark. Degrees fell and stay below 0 mark.
Every time we come into a new place, I always like to read the pilot guide, find out about what's available on the island and the history. And I was just reading about Bequia as we approach, and it's quite interesting. Apparently, many hundreds of years ago, a slave ship was wrecked off this island, and the native people stole the slaves as their own. But it turns out these slaves were fierce, so fierce, that they made a law that all young male black children should be killed. Obviously, the slaves didn't like that law, and so they fought against them, and they became fierce people of their own and settled this island for themselves, or at least a part of it, and they became known as the Black Caribs, their own race of people. And St Vincent was so wild itself that it was the last of the islands to be settled by Europeans.
That's gonna stay here for now, far away from town. Adventures in the woods, no, never drag you down. Sail in the Dow, no land to swell. We find ourselves in northern precious bluebell. It's gonna stay here for now, far away from town. Adventures in the woods, no, never drag you down.
It's good to make the most of random tropical squalls by getting out on deck and scrubbing them. That's what we've done. We've just arrived to Bequia, had some lunch. Now Josh is scrubbing the decks, and after the squall passes, hopefully we'll go and do some exploring.
Look at that, the sun's out. Time to head into town and check out this place. Just a little quick dinghy ride away. Coco, do you want to come?
Come on.
You want to come? Yeah? You can go. Jump in the dinghy. What are you doing? Get in the dinghy. Jump, 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 go! Woohoo! Oh.
pretty easy to find somewhere for the Robbins. Chicken wings
How much are the chicken wings?
and pork. Eh?
Wings are Tennessee for a portion. You get 4 pieces of Tennessee.
Oh, cool.
Chicken legs are 80 4 pieces.
Sweet. I'll just grab 4 chicken wings. Oh, who else wants chicken wings?
I'll have one chicken wing. I'll take one.
Okay, so two lots. Put it down.
And so the conclusion is
So good.
it's so good.
Round 2, by the way.
Round 2.
This is actually our second round because it was so
All
good.
the dogs have joined us.
Oh my goodness. This is the pork. We had to go for the pork. We got given 3 pork from Romanzio and then we had to have more because it was so good. So we do have a gathering of dogs. At least they are not attacking Coco, who's being very well behaved.
Right. Get some stuff. You need cat food?
No, I do not.
We're running out low on olive oil here.
I've got a coconut and some passion fruit.
Cool. And where are we going?
Somewhere. Turtle
Going
sanctuary.
somewhere.
We are going to a turtle sanctuary on Bequia with 3 other boats, so there's 4 of us in total.
Road trip.
Catching a taxi there, and we're hopefully going to go to some gardens as well.
And now Megan's look at the coconut.
Hey, we
Is it nice?
one more
Yeah.
here.
The dude said, do you want to drink it or you want to eat it? And I said, I want to do both. And he says, oh, you smart person. Most
yeah.
people only want to drink.
But you got a straw.
Got a straw.
That straw's going to kill a turtle. And we're about to go to a turtle sanctuary.
Mummy,
Yeah?
we could get dragged behind on the boogie board. Can you imagine that?
So the type of turtle here is a hawksbill turtle, which is one of the most endangered species of turtles in the world. The lovely man that runs this shelter, he used to camp here with his kids and grandkids 25 years ago, and he saw people taking the mothers as they came ashore to nest, and they just kill them and eat them, and he thought it was terrible, so he started the sanctuary. So he rescues the babies when they're born, and he grows them up here for about 5 years until they're old enough to have a better survival rate in the wild, and then he releases them. And so far he's been here for 24 years and he's released over 900 adolescent turtles that at that 5-year mark into the water, and he's waiting now for his 25th year for his first releasees to come back, because it takes 25 years before they start laying eggs. So he marks them by drilling a hole in their shell. That way, he's saying tagging isn't so great because fish come and eat the tags off turtles, but obviously a fish can't come and eat the hole that he drills. So
It doesn't hurt the hole.
it doesn't hurt, apparently. It's in the thickest part of the turtle shell. So he's waiting for his first ones to come back, and then he'll know his success rate. But he does say that less and less turtles come every year to nest. When they first came here, about 30 turtle nests would be laid. Last year it was only 8, which is pretty sad.
Had a bit of a walk, about 5 Ks was it, to the Firefly plantation, getting a tour now of the plantation. Well, I don't know what that is at all, but let's check it out.
This is how they used to sharpen their tools on a volcano stone.
After you
Just
crack
gonna
it.
These are the almonds from the almond tree. He's using a rock.
Oh, how often do you get your fingers?
Never.
Never get your fingers. Ezra, our guide, is very talented opener. Let's have a look,
Yeah, you
David.
can eat it in the middle there.
Can
yeah.
I see? Can I see the almond? Do you not have the magic touch, Josh? Don't have the magic touch.
You have to put it on the side.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Woo!
Let's see. See your almond, baby. Aloe vera.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good for sunburn.
You can just bite into them also.
And is that papaya? Pawpaw?
Yeah, that one is a green papaya. Can you see me something?
Got some sugar cane.
Guava.
Stormy, just to get the juice out of it.
Or you just tell him that he's Guavas are amazing. Have you seen the guavas? Bite into it, David. It's so good. Show them how yummy that is. Fresh guava.
Fresh guava.
Oh, so good. The video.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is how we're getting the juice.
Bethany.
Yes.
Squashing the sugar cane.
She's getting right into it.
Getting the juice. This is a jujube. Let's have a look at it, David. It's a cross between an apple and a pear.
Those ones are already popped.
Is it good?
Those ones are already popped.
Never too old for swings. David, what is this plant?
It's marijuana. They're growing it for medical purposes.
Wow. Have you seen? You probably never.
We think they are.
We think they are. Well, that's what they told us, right, mate? So after our tour, we're sitting down to a curry lunch with our good friends from Buzzo. They're from Israel, and it's really yummy. Free rum punch too.
Is there a rock here?
We left our friends and we've come to the main island of St Vincent, and we're just going to make our way up towards Martinique and catch up with some other friends. But this island is pretty cool. The guys come in, they help you tie in, stern to, into a palm tree, into a coconut tree. And it's pretty cool. It's something that we're not unfamiliar with the Mediterranean, dropping your anchor, backing up, and getting tied in somewhere really quick. And we're pretty close to another catamaran here, and we've got a rock on the other side of us, so I think we're all pretty good.
But you already know what it is. Why you tripping, flipping out like I'm a chauvinist pig, hoping that this could turn to what was never meant to be. I've been honest from the jump, you were chasing misery, living a lie. Should've picked a different guy. Heart emojis turned to tears in a blink of an eye. Said it was cool, we only in it for the fun of it. Rough sex, cuddling, nothing in public. Must have been extra rounds, make you wanna settle down. Used to bounce so we were done, now you wanna stick around. I get it, the dudes you used to don't move the way the malls do. Now you're stressing me, begging for me to call you. No, baby, I ain't gonna be able to do it. If I knew you catch feelings, I'd have never pursued it. But you let the pipe game put you under influence, and you lost the real one, baby girl, you blew it.
Tell me gon' stay, and I'll be right by your side. I'll be right by your side. I'll be right by your side. Tell me gon' stay, and I'll be right by your side. I'll be right by your side.
We've come ashore at Cumberland Bay in St Vincent. There's a steel drum band, live steel drum band, good food, I hope, Creole fish, Creole chicken, and a mixed grill for us tonight, and a bit of dancing to the steel drum band.
Getting our outboard motor up is always a mission every time. It's a 20 horsepower motor. It weighs about 55 kg. I could do that by myself, but with all of the boat bits and pieces and the sea rocking, it's way better to use a crane, pull it up, then we've got to get the dinghy up. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's just a mission every time, and so we really do think about where we're going. So for instance, today we're going to skip over St Lucia. We're going to leave the dinghy on top and then we're going to sail up to Martinique because we just can't be bothered getting the dinghy down. So we're literally skipping a country. We won't check in there. You have a 24-hour period of checking in. You're meant to check in, but what we do is we turn up, and if someone says, hey, why haven't you checked in? We say we're going to check in tomorrow because we will have turned up after the customs have closed down, and then we'll be off to, where are we going? Martinique. All because of our big heavy dinghy. We're really glad we bought a big heavy go fast dinghy, but this is definitely the downside of it. Something to think about when you're cruising around the world.
So we've just left St Vincent, we're heading up to St Lucia, aiming for the Pitons, which are the two little peaks in the far distance. It's directly upwind, unfortunately, so it's not so pleasant, but still great sailing. It's about 15 knots true wind, which feels like 20 on the boat. We're on a pretty massive angle, but still making about 6 to 7 knots speed, so we should be there in about 5 hours. David thinks it's a waste of a day. It's now 5 o'clock in the evening and we still haven't reached the Pitons. How many miles have we got to go, Josh?
Like 7, but we're
7 miles, but we've put the motor on because the sun sets in about an hour and we need to get there because it's only mooring buoys, and if it's full, we've got to find another spot.
These amazing mountains remind me a lot of Gibraltar.
Moonlight on the pavement, a body in my rearview mirror. I'll see you in the morning, after the storm is over. I can feel you trying to grab my hand.
Just left that cute little bay, and the good news is the park rangers didn't come, so it was free. Excellent. We're heading off to Martinique. It's going to be a bit of a rough day. We've got 20 knots of wind into the nose. 20 knots on the nose is completely different to having 20 knots behind you. 20 knots behind you is just a breeze. Coming straight towards you is like Space Mountain at Disneyland. It's wild, it's crazy. 2-meter waves, going to be slamming down. You have to be heavily reefed. But we're looking forward to
Hoy la morena, tienes algo que me lleva a las estrellas. Te ando buscando porque me has dejado una huella. Pues tú tienes la luz con tremenda actitud. Baby, baby, hoy la morena. Tú tienes algo que me lleva a las estrellas. Te ando buscando porque me has dejado una huella. Pues tú tienes la luz